you ever stopped to think? Perhaps we're living through an unprecedented moment in history. The year 2025 could be witnessing one of the greatest transformations humanity has ever seen. As three major technological revolutions converge simultaneously: quantum computers, AI agents, and the metaverse. These three revolutions have silently come together and are rapidly becoming a part of our daily lives. But have you noticed this change? Or are you still overlooking it? This isn't an overnight explosion. We've been building towards this moment painstakingly for months, even years. Now, these technologies are converging, creating an unexpected and profound impact. This isn't a coincidence. It's the culmination of a journey. Quantum computers are no longer confined to science fiction. They've become a concrete reality. AI agents are no longer just chatbots. They've evolved into autonomous thinking entities capable of making decisions. And the metaverse has broken free from gaming, seeping into our professional lives, education, and social interactions. Individually, these technologies are groundbreaking. But now, they've merged. What's emerging is one of the biggest transformations in human history. Why now, you ask? The answer lies in the maturation processes of these technologies. Each has completed its own developmental journey. And now, they're feeding off each other, creating a brand new synergy. This convergence is redefining humanity's problem-solving capacity. And this shift has reached a point where it will profoundly affect all our lives. Get ready, because the world is changing faster than we ever imagined. History repeating itself, but on a much larger scale. Let's rewind a bit. Take a brief tour through the pages of history. Remember the 1970s? Computers were colossal, room-sized machines, a specialized technology accessible to only a select few. Then came the 1990s. The internet began to creep into our lives, but back then, it was just a simple network between a few universities. In the 2000s, we had mobile phones, portable communication devices, primarily for making calls. Each was impressive on its own, but the real revolution happened when these technologies came together. The convergence of computers, the internet, and mobile devices sparked the smartphone revolution. Those small devices, fitting in the palm of our hands, fundamentally changed our lives. Now, a similar scenario is unfolding, but on a much grander scale and at an exponentially increasing pace. Quantum computing, AI agents, and the metaverse. These three are intertwined. And the impact emerging from this is unlike any previous revolution. Why? Because this time, the speed, scope, and scale are literally multiplying. While it took years for a past revolution to permeate society, now transformations are happening in months, even weeks. This convergence has the potential to transform not only individuals, daily habits, but entire societies, global economies, and even the future of our planet. We find ourselves at one of the most significant turning points in human history, the moment of miracle in the lab. One day, I visited a close friend's lab. I was finally going to see the quantum computer they had been working on for so long. As I walked in, my friend excitedly called me over. "Take a look at this," he said, his eyes gleaming. On the screen, a complex, intertwined molecular simulation was rotating. "This is a new drug molecule," he explained. "We've been trying to run this simulation with our classical computers for 3 months, but we couldn't get a result. But with quantum," he added with a wide smile, "it took only 3 minutes." I was stunned. This wasn't just a matter of speed. It meant tackling problems on an entirely different level of reality. The door to previously unsolvable problems was being opened. But the most astonishing part was yet to come. "Curious?" I asked. "So who's evaluating these massive results? Who's processing all this data?" My friend pointed to another screen nearby. "Our AI agent," he said. "It analyzes these results autonomously, tests 50 different variations, and instantly visualizes the most promising ones in the metaverse environment. That way, our entire team from all corners of the world can gather in the virtual space with their VR headsets and examine these molecules in 3D together." That's when I realized it. quantum compute's AI thinks metaverse shows. These three technologies were working in perfect harmony, and what emerged was far greater, far more transformative than any of them could achieve on their own. This experience unveiled the true power of technological convergence. What was the spark that compelled me to make this video? The world would never be the same. Why this exact period? So, why have these three technologies converged precisely now, creating such a profound impact? The answer lies in the readiness moment of each technology. If you try to deploy a technology too early, the infrastructure is lacking, society isn't ready. If you wait too long, you miss opportunities. Right now, we are at the perfect intersection of these three technologies. Quantum computers have moved beyond closed lab doors and are actively being used in critical areas like drug discovery, new material science research, climate modeling, and financial optimization. They can solve complex problems at speeds previously unimaginable. AI agents have long surpassed the simple chatbot phase. They now think like autonomous workers, analyzing vast data sets to make decisions, developing complex strategies, and even performing creative tasks. The metaverse has found a solid footing beyond gaming and entertainment, securing its place in work environments, remote education, social interaction, and even cultural experiences. Blending with virtual and augmented reality technologies, it's creating next-generation digital interaction platforms. Most importantly, these technologies are synergistically supporting each other. Quantum computing enables AI to solve its most complex problems, calculations that would overwhelm classical computers or take years in mere seconds. AI makes metaverse environments smarter, more realistic, and more interactive, breathing life into virtual worlds and optimizing avatar behaviors in the metaverse. By providing virtual labs and collaborative platforms, accelerates quantum research, allowing scientists and engineers to work together on complex simulations in real time, thus opening doors to new discoveries. This is a complete cycle, and right now, this cycle has gained unprecedented momentum. It's pushing the boundaries of humanity, rewriting the future of science and technology. This convergence is not just a technological leap, it's opening a new chapter in the evolution of humankind. This convergence in our daily lives. Let's now look at concrete examples of how deeply these technologies have integrated into our lives. You wake up, it's 8 a.m. as you sip your coffee. Your quantum-backed AI agent presents you with the day's news. But this isn't just a simple news brief. Beyond filtered, carefully selected news tailored to your interests. It also predicts potential future impacts using quantum calculations. Company X's stock might drop today. Your AI agent might say, because their new product, according to my molecular simulations, is 30% less effective than anticipated based on tomorrow's announcement. After finishing your coffee, you enter your office in the metaverse. You meet your teammates from Tokyo, London, and Sao Paulo at the same virtual table with your holographic avatars. You review documents and work on 3D designs in real time. These designs are continuously updated and optimized by quantum calculations running in the background. Suddenly, a complex problem arises. Normally, such an analysis would take days. But your AI agent immediately steps in. It breaks the problem down into dozens of smaller parts, solves each part using the most suitable quantum algorithms, and instantly visualizes the results in the metaverse environment for your team. Incredible but true. The solution is ready in just 20 minutes. This is no longer a distant future dream. This is the current reality. These technologies are no longer luxuries, but an integral part of our daily routine. From healthcare to education, from art to transportation. This triple revolution is fundamentally transforming our lives. New frontiers, impact across industries. The convergence of these three revolutions is pioneering breakthroughs across every sector of business and daily life. Here are some examples. Healthcare. Quantum computing is revolutionizing cancer treatment. By simulating complex drug molecules, it accelerates the development of personalized therapies. AI agents analyze patient genetic data, medical history, and lifestyle habits to recommend. Personalized treatment plans and enable early diagnosis of diseases. The metaverse allows doctors to perform virtual surgeries, discuss complex cases in simulated environments, enables medical students to train with realistic simulations. In one hospital, the simulation of a particularly challenging tumor, which used to take weeks, can now be completed in just 10 minutes with quantum-backed systems. In another instance, an AI agent, by scanning billions of genetic datasets, instantly suggested a treatment for a rare genetic disease, and the team of doctors had the opportunity to test this treatment virtually in the metaverse. This convergence is transforming everything from preoperative planning to gene therapies, and even rapid vaccine development in response to global pandemics. Hospitals are now leveraging this powerful trio to save more lives and deliver more effective treatments. Education? Students meet in virtual classrooms, created in the metaverse, with peers from all over the world. AI analyzes each student's learning style and pace, creating personalized lesson plans, customized assignments, and instant feedback. Quantum computing instantly solves complex math problems, physics simulations, or chemical reactions, allowing students to understand concepts more deeply. Recently, a high school class visited a virtual laboratory built on the moon, gaining the chance to conduct space experiments. A university also organized a virtual archaeological dig in the metaverse, where students instantly dated and analyzed artifacts found with quantum analysis. This system is redefining remote education, global collaboration, and even historical research. Students are now learning beyond physical boundaries. In a much more immersive and interactive environment, space, quantum computing maps resources, minerals, and water deposits on Mars and other planets with greater accuracy and speed, accelerating space colonization projects. AI optimizes the most complex phases of space missions, rocket trajectories, and astronaut routes, making space travel safer and more efficient. The metaverse allows astronauts to gather in virtual training sessions, simulate challenging space environments, and repeatedly practice emergency scenarios. A space agency recently completed all its simulations for the 2030 Mars mission using this trio of technologies and passed with flying colors. Furthermore, a quantum-backed asteroid mining plan was developed and virtually tested in the metaverse, identifying potential risks in advance. This opens a new era in space exploration. Permanent bases on the moon, colonies on Mars, and even projects targeting Jupiter's moons are now much closer to reality. Energy. Quantum computing optimizes complex energy grids to maximize the efficiency of renewable energy systems, solar panels, wind turbines, etc. AI manages energy networks in real time, predicts consumption and production fluctuations, utilizes energy storage systems most efficiently. The metaverse allows engineers to work in virtual power plants, simulate maintenance and repair operations, and design new energy projects in 3D. A recently completed solar energy project achieved over 40% efficiency improvement thanks to this convergence. This combination can turn a carbon-neutral future into a reality much faster as wind turbine performance increases. Energy storage solutions are also being redesigned with these technologies, paving the way for energy independence. Transportation. Quantum computing optimizes urban traffic flow, public transportation routes, and logistics chains, minimizing congestion. AI coordinates autonomous vehicles, self-driving cars, drones, etc., with each other and with infrastructure, creating a safer and smoother transportation network. The metaverse allows engineers to design virtual tunnels, bridges, and new transportation infrastructures. Test them virtually and gather public feedback in a simulated environment. In a pilot application in one city, traffic congestion was reduced by 25%, and public transportation times were significantly shortened. This convergence supports sustainable urbanization. Futuristic projects like flying, cars, and Hyperloop are becoming even closer with this integration. Agriculture. Quantum computing analyzes soil fertility, nutrient values, and water retention capacity with ultra-precision. providing farmers with the most accurate information. AI optimizes irrigation systems, diagnoses plant diseases early, and develops smart fertilization strategies to increase crop yields. The metaverse allows farmers to work in their virtual fields, monitor crop development, and even display their products in virtual marketplaces. In trials conducted in one region last season, crop yields increased by 35% with the use of these technologies. This could serve as a powerful shield against global food crises, adapting to climate change, and developing more sustainable. Food production systems are becoming possible with these technologies. The depths of the dark side. Every great power has a dark side. And unfortunately, this story does too. The other day, I was chatting with a cybersecurity expert I deeply trust. "Do you know what my biggest fear is?" he asked, a deep concern in his eyes. "It's these three technologies falling into malicious hands." He was right. Quantum computers could break existing encryption systems in seconds, posing a huge threat to banking, national security, and personal privacy. AI could make cyberacts more sophisticated, manipulate masses, and spread disinformation and propaganda. The metaverse could be used to manipulate reality, create fake scenarios, and mislead people. When these three come together, they could create an uncontrollable, destructive force. Here are some potential dark implications of this convergence. Privacy crisis. Quantum computers could crack even the strongest bank encryptions in seconds, and major financial institution recently faced a quantum-based cyber attack attempt that was only narrowly prevented. Our personal data, financial information, state secrets, everything could become an open target. Manipulation and disinformation. AI-powered bots could spread fake news and propaganda within the metaverse, manipulate social media algorithms, and steer public opinion with hyper-realistic scenarios. On one metaverse platform, an AI-generated election campaign, strikingly similar to a real one, was detected, causing widespread alarm. This poses a major threat to democracies. Next-generation weaponry. These technologies could be used in new-generation weapon systems, autonomous drones, cyber warfare tools, and even in the development of biological weapons. A security expert spoke of the development of a quantum-based missile guidance system and how it could alter global power balances. This could lead to a new arms race. Global inequality. Massive chasm could open between those with access to these technologies and those without, as developed countries and large corporations begin to exploit this advantage. Others could be left behind. A report indicated that developed countries are rapidly leveraging this technological edge to solidify their economic and political dominance. This could create global injustice and unrest, psychological impact, and addiction. The metaverse could lead to a detachment from reality. Virtual worlds might become so compelling, realistic that some individuals could lose connection with the real world. A psychologist warned that excessive use of virtual reality could lead to depression, anxiety, and social isolation. Widespread job displacement. AI and automation could threaten millions of jobs, many occupations requiring repetitive tasks or specific skills to be taken over by AI agents. An industry leader stated that this transition could create significant social and economic upheaval globally, necessitating a massive reskilling of the workforce. Ethical questions and decision-making. Authority. These technologies could manipulate human decisions and push ethical boundaries. Deep philosophical questions arise, such as the moral responsibility and conscience of artificial intelligence and its loyalty to humanity. A philosopher posed the question: if an artificial intelligence makes a decision that affects human lives, who bears the responsibility? Highlighting these complex ethical dilemmas. These risks are real, and ignoring them poses an even greater danger. These technologies will continue to develop. The real question is, who will control them? Democratic societies or authoritarian regimes? Will they be used for the good of humanity, or will they serve the abuse of power? The answer lies in the decisions we make right now. Understanding this dark side is the first and most crucial step toward shaping the future. making it safer and fairer. The moment of decision, remember. The convergence of these three technologies, quantum AI, and the metaverse, is silently but profoundly changing our lives. This isn't just a sci-fi scenario, it's the reality of 2025. So, will you adapt to this unexpected change, or will you be left behind? Now's the time to act. What can you do? There are concrete steps you can take to be a part of this revolution, to understand it, and even to shape it. First step, awareness. Truly understand the magnitude and scope of this change. By watching this video, you've already taken that first step. Continue to educate yourself. Read about these topics and participate in discussions. Understanding what's happening is the beginning of everything. Second step, preparation. Start acquiring the knowledge and skills required for this new era. Perhaps learn basic coding, GRASP, the fundamental principles of quantum computing, or begin to use metaverse tools. You can enroll in an online course, attend a workshop, or start with a simple project. The key to the future lies in understanding the language of these technologies. Third step, participation. Make your voice heard not just as an observer, but as a participant in shaping this global transformation. Join relevant communities. Get involved in technology companies, projects, or even play an active role in civil society. Organizations to influence government policies on this matter. Remember, this isn't just the business of tech companies or scientists. This is the common future of all humanity. Even with small steps, you can contribute to this revolution. You can propose an idea for a new application, present a concept, or participate in a discussion to raise awareness. Don't stay passive. Reflections and conclusion. As I look at the city lights from where I sit now, each light represents a life, and each life a story. 100 years ago, could someone looking at this view have imagined the phones in our pockets, the internet, or the satellites in space? Probably not. Now, the real question we need to ask ourselves is, where will this groundbreaking transformation take us in 10 years? We are writing the answer right now. With every decision we make, every new thing we learn, every connection we forge, remember, these three technologies aren't developing in isolation. They constantly feed each other, amplifying each other's power. Quantum makes AI smarter, more capable. AI makes the metaverse more realistic, more immersive, and more interactive. And the metaverse, with its virtual labs and collaboration platforms, accelerates quantum research at an incredible pace, opening doors to new discoveries. This is a cycle, and right now, this cycle has gained unprecedented momentum. Throughout history, there have always been great transformations: the discovery of fire, the agricultural revolution, the industrial revolution, the digital age. In each, there were two types of people: those who noticed the change and those who didn't, those who adapted and those who resisted, those who saw opportunities and those who missed them. So, I ask you, which side do you want to be on? In 2025, these three revolutions are fully upon us. Are you ready?